All right, everyone, welcome to the new session. And in this one, we are going to discuss the last two levels of organization that were left, which is biome and biosphere. Now, in the plan that I've discussed with you, I've told that I would be doing the biome and the biosphere separately because I was planning to do all the details of biome at one place, but then I realized because that would have taken more length for the video, so it would be better that I would club these two topics together, finish it up, and then once I finish the details of the functions of the ecosystem, like multiple topics like food chain, trophic levels, nutrient cycling, etc., etc., then I'll take up the different aspects of the biome in greater detail. Okay, so there is just slight change that I'm combining the two topics together. Please do watch the other videos also, which are related to modern Indian history, Indian polity, and Indian geography. Not just Indian geography, basically geography in general for your GS perspective. Also, if you feel that the videos are helpful to you, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. Ecosystem is what we have done in the previous video. So now we proceed with the next level of organization in the whole environment, which is your biome. So biome are basically large naturally occurring community of flora and fauna. See, these are the keywords that you will have to remember. First keyword is काफ़ी बड़ी होती है ये सिस्टम, naturally occurring है, ठीक है. Ecosystem को you could have created artificially also. We have seen the example of aquarium, but it is going to be naturally occurring. And this will consist of both flora and fauna, which is your plants and animal community. And they will occupy a major habitat. You already know what a habitat is, right? Let's say certain examples of biome are rainforest biome, tundra biome, etc. Now, when you talk about a biome, what you have to remember is that the plants and the animals have common characteristics. The plants and the animals that we talk about here, like the flora and the fauna, they have common characteristics due to the similar climate. Now see, बहुत simple सा चीज़ है. If the plants and the animals are living in a major habitat and a common habitat, so of course that habitat will have the similar climate. ठीक है. अब because they will have the similar climate, the organisms living there will also have some common characteristics. And because the climate would be similar, they can be found over a range of continents जहाँ जहाँ पे उस तरह के climate पाए जाते हैं, and similarly the characteristics will also vary accordingly. Also, you need to remember that any biome can comprise a variety of habitats because it is going to be large and huge anyways. So it can have multiple kinds of habitat or variety of habitats. Now, the very important point, see, these are just the descriptive pointers, but for prelims, the point that you have to remember is this. When you talk about the different parts of biosphere, it is only the terrestrial part of biosphere, which means the life which is there on land. It is only that part of the biosphere that is divisible into these enormous regions or the larger regions we call as biomes. I will just show you the examples. So basically what you have to remember, like for example, अगर हम बात करें let's say aquatic system की, so aquatic ecosystem will not be considered as biome. Only the terrestrial, the one which is on land, is divided into different broad regions or enormous or larger regions. And because they will have different climates, they will have different characteristics, so it is also obvious that no two biomes can be alike. वो एक जैसे नहीं हो सकते हैं. There can be multiple habitats in this, that is different, and they can be found over a range of continents also, but that will not happen for two different biomes. They will be absolutely different. And which important factor determines the boundaries of the biome from one biome to another? Mainly the climatic factors. यहाँ पे भी हमने देखा है climate word, it has figured out. And within the climate, the two important determinants of climate. What are those two important determinants of climate? Temperature and precipitation. ठीक है, टेम्परेचर कितना है, तापमान कितना है, और बारिश कितनी हो रही है, प्रेसिपिटेशन. उसी के बेसिस पे हम मेजर बायोम्स जो हैं वो टेरेस्ट्रियल ऑफकोर्स उसको डिवाइड करते हैं. नाउ लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस फिगर. सो अगर आप प्रेसिपिटेशन के बेसिस पे देखोगे तो ये, टेम्परेचर के बेसिस पे इफ़ यू सी दिस, ये. सो इफ़ यू मूव फ्रॉम लेट्स से ड्राई टू वेट फ्रॉम हियर एंड वार्म टू कोल्ड फ्रॉम हियर, so you have the division of different biomes. For example, अगर आप वार्म डेजर्ट की बात करते हो तो गर्मी बहुत यहाँ रहेगी, दिस इज़ गोइंग टू बी वार्म ऑल्सो, एंड डेजर्ट है तो ड्राई ऑल्सो, लेस वाटर, ठीक है. देन इफ़ यू मूव ऑन टू ट्रॉपिकल ग्रासलैंड्स तो इट विल बी स्लाइटली वेट बट इट विल बी वार्म. देन इफ़ यू मूव टू सवाना, ठीक है, इट विल बी थोड़ा सा और ज़्यादा वेट बट स्टिल वार्म. व्हेन यू मूव टू ट्रॉपिकल डेसिडुअस फॉरेस्ट, थोड़ा सा मोर ज़्यादा वेट बट स्टिल वार्म. Then if you move to tropical rainforest, here the precipitation is also so much, rain is also, दो इसका नाम ही है रेन फॉरेस्ट, तो बारिश तो रहती ही है, बट यहाँ ट्रॉपिकल रीजन है, दैट इज़ वाई यहाँ गर्मी भी बहुत रहेगी. इट विल बी वार्म ऑल्सो. देन थोड़ा सा वार्म से कोल्ड की तरफ पढ़ेंगे इफ़ यू रीच टू सम इंटरमीडिएट जोन वार्म और कोल्ड के बिटवीन में, एंड इट विल बी ड्राई ओनली, सो यू विल सी दी कोल्ड डेजर्ट हियर. देन इफ़ यू टॉक अबाउट द प्रेरीज, देन इट फॉल्स अगेन यहाँ पर slightly cold also and slightly having rain also. Then if you talk about the temperate deciduous forest, तो इधर बारिश रहेगी बट टेम्परेट रीजन में है इसलिए बहुत ज़्यादा गर्मी नहीं रहेगी, इट विल बी स्लाइटली कोल्डर. एज वी मूव अबव द कोल्ड वाला जो चीज़ है, टेम्परेचर जो है वो डिक्रीज हो रहा है, राइट. सो यू हैव द बोरियल फॉरेस्ट जिसको आप टाइगा भी बोलते हो, you call it as taiga forests also. Then you have the tundra and बिल्कुल टॉप में तो you will have the polar, that is pretty obvious. और अगर हम इसको बारिश के हिसाब से समझेंगे so precipitation के इस जोन में रहता है, like somewhat having the precipitation also. This is what explains this diagram. Now you might wonder that what exactly are the characteristic features of all of these kind of biomes. These all are the names of different biomes, right? So any advanced book if you will take, probably they will give you a section on that. They will give you the table, they will talk about they are found in which regions. They will also talk about what are the characteristic of the vegetation, or let's say the flora and the fauna both there. So we will also do this. That is why I said that I'll make separate video on the territorial aspect of terrestrial aspect of this biome, जो कि कहते ही हैं बायोम को. इसका जो पूरा टेरेस्ट्रियल डायमेंशंस होगा अलॉन्ग विद द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, बिकॉज इट इज़ गोइंग टू टेक लॉन्गर टाइम, सो आई विल डू दैट सेपरेटली. You have to see this diagram also, which is given in your NCERT Standard 12 Biology, which reads as the biome distribution with respect to the annual temperature and precipitation. The same two parameters that we have seen, उसी चीज़ को यहाँ पे इन्होंने थोड़ा दूसरे तरीके से represent किया है. The idea is almost similar, because here they talk about the precipitation, बारिश, and here the temperature. So ठीक है, तो बारिश कहाँ रहेगी और यहाँ पर ठंड कितनी रहेगी नहीं रहेगी, अकॉर्डिंगली ट्रॉपिकल में जा रहे हैं तो गर्मी ज़्यादा है और बारिश भी ज़्यादा है. So this is how you read this figure. What you also need to note is, which I have told you just now also, that the aquatic systems are not called as biomes. But it is not like the aquatic systems are not further subdivided. They are also subdivided, but they are divided into the distinct life zones. अलग अलग life zones में divide होते हैं अपने different characteristics के basis पर, ठीक है. So we will have a separate lecture, as I just told you, one on the terrestrial system, one on the aquatic system. But now what should be clear to you, that the terrestrial aspect of the ecosystem is called as biome, and एक्वेटिक को हम बायोम नहीं बुलाते हैं, बट एक्वेटिक के भी अपने डिविजन्स होते हैं, विच वी विल सी इन द लेटर वीडियो. ये भी एक सेपरेट सेक्शन रहेगा जो कि जब मैं टेरेस्ट्रियल डिटेल में करूँगी तो आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू दिस ऑल्सो, लाइक द लोकेशन बेसिकली. बट फॉर द टाइम बीइंग यू कैन जस्ट हैव अ रफ check, you can say, or rough visibility of where different kinds of these biomes are found. फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपका रेन फॉरेस्ट का रेड वाला है, कौन कौन सा रीजन है, टेम्परेट डेसिडुअस है, बोरियल या टाइगा जो अभी बताया, ठीक है. देन यू हैव डिफरेंट अदर काइंड्स ऑफ थिंग, यू हैव ग्रासलैंड, सवाना, डेजर्ट, टुंड्रा एट्सेट्रा एट्सेट्रा. सो डिफरेंट इमेजेस यू विल फाइंड इन डिफरेंट सोर्सेज, बिकॉज क्लासिफिकेशन जो है कहीं पे थोड़ा कम होता है, कहीं और भी ज़्यादा होता है, बट द ब्रॉडर क्लासिफिकेशन बेस्ड ऑन डिफरेंट इंपॉर्टेंट टेक्स्ट बुक्स इज़ दिस मच. सो यू कैन गो अवे विद दिस, और इतना चल जाता है. दिस इज़ इनफैक्ट थोड़ा कम ही है इन द केस ऑफ NCERT, बट हम थोड़ा ब्रॉडर लेके चलेंगे. सो वी विल टॉक अबाउट ऑल ऑफ दीज इंपॉर्टेंट बायोम्स व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द टेरेस्ट्रियल सिस्टम इन डिटेल. So that was about the next level of organization. So I hope you remember, सबसे पहले हमने क्या करा था, हमने बात करी थी organism की, individual, then we talked about population, then we talked about community, then we talked about ecosystem, then we talked about biome, and the last one in the series is your biosphere. So biosphere is that part of the earth where life can exist. So basically it is a kind of integrated zone. So it is highly integrated and interacting zone, which means different other spheres are interacting or getting integrated in one zone, which we call as biosphere. So this integrated zone comprises of different spheres like atmosphere, which is air, hydrosphere, which is water, and your lithosphere, which is land. Okay, बायोस्फेयर ये जो आपका इंटीग्रेटेड जोन है जहाँ लाइफ रहती है, सो इट इज़ दैट नैरो लेयर अराउंड द अर्थ सर्फेस जहाँ पर हम इन तीनों का इंटीग्रेशन समझते हैं. Because it is the zone where life can exist, biosphere is absent at the extremes of North Pole and South Pole, जहाँ बहुत ठंड रहेगी, highest mountains and deepest oceans, because it is these regions जहाँ पे you will see there are very hostile conditions. There are not very suitable or feasible conditions for the life to exist. And for the life to exist, there needs to be a balance of air, water and land. Right, it needs to be in a balanced situation and the condition should be very suitable and not hostile. But because in these extreme places there are either too much of water or air or land or temperature, so it depends on different characteristics, but the feasibility of existing life is not there and therefore life is not supported in these extreme regions. Also, when you talk about then how does things happen within this biosphere or the integrating zone, so of course you need energy for the survival. So here the energy will come from the sun, that we know. ठीक है, ये हमने plants के केस में already पढ़ा हुआ है, आगे भी पढ़ेंगे. How will the nutrients come? So the nutrients will come from water, air and soil. ठीक है, यही सारा elements मिलके ही बनाता है आपके biosphere को. This is what you have studied. Also, जो केमिकल्स रहेंगे वो बार बार रिसाइकिल होते रहेंगे. सो दे आर रिसाइकल्ड ओवर एंड ओवर अगेन फॉर द लाइफ टू कंटिन्यू, एंड दिस इज हाउ बायोस्फेयर इजिली फंक्शंस. Also, throughout the biosphere, there cannot be any uniform distribution of the living organisms. अब ये भी आप समझते हो. For example, if you talk about the polar regions, we are not talking about the extreme North Pole and the South Pole, but the regions near to the poles, right? The polar regions. So in the polar regions, because of the temperature there, only a few organisms can exist. At least those organisms which are suitable, for whom the temperature there is suitable, they will exist. But let's say if you talk about the regions like tropical rainforest, जो कि आपका tropical area में इक्वेटर के ऊपर जो tropical zone पड़ा था ना, Tropic of Cancer and Capricorn के बीच में, I have taught all of these things in geography. So in case you have not checked, you will have to check those videos also, because geography and environment are pretty interrelated and the climatic portion anyways is absolutely overlapping, right? So ये तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा वहाँ से. So in the tropical rainforest, if you talk about, there is high diversity of the plants and the animals because of the kind of temperature and precipitation there. We have also seen in this biome, अगर हम tropical rainforest की जैसे बात करते हैं, so this one, yeah, this tropical forest. So you are seeing in temperature के मामले में और precipitation के मामले में, और if you just see from here also, ठीक है, ये भी काफ़ी है और ये भी काफ़ी है. तो इस केस में क्या हो जाता है कि आपके जो सिचुएशंस होते हैं फॉर द प्लांट्स एंड द एनिमल्स टू सर्वाइव, दैट इज़ better as compared to the other regions because it is a suitable one, and therefore the diversity is high diversity rather we can say is found, which is not found in some of the extreme places like the polar regions. Therefore we say that no uniform distribution of living organisms happens throughout the biosphere. Now all of these pointers you have to remember for the prelims statements, the correct or the incorrect ones. Okay, so here we end the discussion on biosphere, and with this we also end the discussion on the levels of organization in the environment. In the next video when we talk about, हम उसके आगे के जो topics हैं, अब ecosystem का और detail जो है functions etc उस पर फिर बात करेंगे. ठीक है, so the sooner we finish the basics of environment and ecology, then only we can move to the other topics like climate change, pollution etc etc. So hope to see you guys in the next video. If this was helpful to you, please do like, comment, share and subscribe, and thank you so much. Take care till then. Bye bye.